Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Viewers, you are welcome in this video. In this video, I will talk about cash book, which is one of the important concepts in financial accounting. Viewers, for the success of a business, it is very necessary that a business must maintain all of its cash receipts and cash payments records chronologically. Businesses which maintain all of their cash receipts and payments records, they can effectively manage their cash, as management can know the balances of cash and bank at any time and take the necessary decisions accordingly. When we talk about cash book is a book of original entry in which transactions related to cash receipts and payments are recorded. Viewers, there are two sides of a cash book, the left hand side and the right hand side. The left hand side we use to record cash receipts, and the right hand side of a cash book we use to record cash payments. Generally, businesses are involved in cash receipts and cash payment related activities, including dealings with banks and discount related transactions. We have three different types of cash books, namely single column, double column, and triple column. Let me show you the structure of a cash book. The first one is a single column cash book. As I had discussed earlier, that we have two sides in a cash book, the left hand side and the right hand side. Left hand side is reserved for cash receipts and the right hand side is reserved for cash payments. When business receives cash from sales activity, so it will mention or record all this cash date wise on the left side of the cash book. So we use prefix to in the particulars when we receive or when cash and we need to record it here. So for example, if business has received cash after selling goods, so we will mention it over here to sales. Similarly, the next column is ledger folio. It is a reference to ledger account, and next is a cash. Similarly, we have date, particulars, ledger folio, and cash column on the other side. When business it pays money, let's say rent expense, salaries expense, so we use prefix by to record cash outflows or cash payments. For example, if business has paid rent, so we will mention by rent. If business has paid salary, so we'll mention by salaries, so and so forth. Why do we call this cash book as a single column cash book? Because we have only one cash column on the left side and one cash column on the right side. So we can say that single column cash book contains only the cash transactions done by the business. Single column cash book has only a single cash column on debit and credits, both sides. It does not record transactions related which involves banks or discounts. The transactions which are done on credit are not recorded while preparing the single column cash book. Here you can see that we have only one column of cash on the left side and the right side, so that's why we call this cash book as a single column cash book. Now let me show you another format Here you can see we have cash and bank column on the left side, cash and bank column on the right side. So this is double column cash book. It contains two columns, both on the debit side as well as the credit side. One column is for the transactions related to the cash, and the other column is for the transactions related to the bank account of the business. So under double column cash book, not only cash transactions but transactions through the bank is done by the business is also recorded. The transactions which are done on credit are not recorded while preparing the double column cash book. Viewers, the third one is three column cash book. In three column or triple column cash book, it is also referred to as the three column cash book format, and it is a most exhaustive form which has three columns of cash, and another one is the bank and discount. So this is the most exhaustive form. Viewers, the businesses mostly they use this form of a cash book. So this book is generally maintained by the large firms that do transactions in cash as well as through the bank and frequently allows and receives cash discounts. Viewers, in this video, my focus will be on single column cash book. Why I am focusing on single column cash book? Because viewers who have less or no idea about cash book, they will be able to understand it easily. The other two cash books like double column and triple column cash book I will discuss in my next video. In the next video, I will discuss also about contra entries. Contra entries are entries which affect both debit and credit side, meaning both left and right side at the same time. So let me give you the basic illustrations, and I will explain that how we can record the basic business transactions or illustrations in the single column cash book. So as you can see over here, that 1st of January we have opening cash balance 4,150. I did not mention any currency sign, so I'm assuming whatever amounts are mentioned they are in dollars. So viewers, as you can see over here, 1st of January 2021 opening cash balance is 4150. So we will mention it over here, balance brought down 4150. The second is 2nd of January 2021 sold goods for cash 10,190. So this is a sales transaction and goods are sold for cash. So we will mention it over here with the prefix to sales 10,190. The third transaction which was carried on 4th of January purchase goods for cash. So you can see that purchase goods means the outflow of cash. So we will mention with the prefix buy purchases 4,200. Fourth transaction is on 7th of January. It mentions paid for salaries, and then the next is paid for rent, followed by paid for telephone expense, and then afterwards on 12th paid for electricity expense. So these four transactions starting from 7th of January, 8th of January, 10th of January and 12th of January, these all are basically cash outflows. So we will mention all these transactions date wise with the prefix by. So you can have a look over here. Like you can see, buy salaries, buy rent, buy telephone, buy electricity. The next transaction we have on 19 received from Mr. Ahmed, a customer. So receive cash from Mr. Ahmed. So this will be the inflow of cash. So we will mention it over here. January 19 to Ahmed account 5,000. The next is on 21st of January paid to Miss Bushra. She happened to be a supplier 2,600. So we'll mention here, as you can see over here, by Bushra supplier 2,600. The next is The next transaction is 25th of January, sold goods for cash. So again, this is a cash inflow. So it will come over here with the prefix to sales 7,900. The last and final is 30th of January 2021, where it mentioned paid for transport 900. So you can see here the last one we will mention on 30th of January by transport 900. Now after recording all the transactions, the next step is to calculate total on the left side. You see over here that when we add all these four cash entries, so we will get a sum total 27,240. It suggests that we have collected this much cash. Now this cash receipt I will mention on the right side for my reference. So this is total receipts. Now I will minus all these cash payments from total receipts. So after subtracting all the cash payments from the receipts, I will get this balance. This will be the actual cash balance we will be having. So this we will mention as balance carried down. The same balance carried down we will mention on the right side, the bottom side, balance brought down, and this amount will be 8,492. Now this balance brought down, it will appear in the next month's cash book as a opening cash balance, and we will mention it, like for example in the month of February it will become on 1st of February we will write balance brought down 8,492. So viewers, I hope you would have understood the basic single column cash book and how we can record cash receipts and cash payments transactions into single column cash book. Viewers, we have some advantages of cash books. The first advantage is that it helps in saving time and labor, as in case of recording cash transactions in the journal, tremendous time and labor are required. Whereas in the case of cash book, cash transactions are recorded straight away, that is in the form of the ledger. The second advantage is that management can know the balances of cash and bank at any time. It helps in effective cash management. And the third advantage is that cash book is balanced regularly, which helps in avoiding fraud. Also, discrepancies, if any arises, can be found and rectified. At the same time, with these advantages, we have some limitations as well, such as it may take a lot of time to start and maintain this book. And the second limitation is that in the case of large organization, maintaining it involves high cost, both in terms of time and effort. Viewers, the cash book, it plays a dual role, as it is the book of original entry of the company as well as the book of the final entry. It has two identical sides. We have discussed the left hand side and the right hand side. The difference between the total of the two sides gives cash in hand or bank account balance. The transactions which are done on credit are not recorded in this book. So that's the end of this video. Viewers, I hope you would have liked this video, so you can subscribe to my channel so that you will get the intimation of my upcoming videos. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.